In the 1930s, Hollywood cartoons and shows embraced the broad, stylized image of the hillbilly, reflecting the widening distribution of mountain music and culture through radio and motion pictures. Warner Brothers cartoons also incorporated hillbilly music and new animation to capitalize on its growing popularity throughout the 1930s and to boost sales of Warner's sheet music.
I watched the Squidbillies. Watch the Beverly, I think it's called the Beverly Hillbillies, and it's about a group of people from, or a family from Appalachia that move. I guess the Beverly Hills.
I have watched some different things. The first things that come to mind are, well, Beverly Hillbillies and such. But if you think about it a little bit more, other programs like Andy Griffith and stuff also depict some of the Appalachian culture.
Called Hillbilly Bear, and it's a bear family, and the father, the hillbilly father, is a bear that talks like, "I'll tell you what, man, I'm all got them turnips." But anyway, the whole video is about ignorance, and it was a mall talking about the gopher getting in the turnip patch.
The impression that I got off of it from watching it, when I first watched it, was about how kind of ignorant, I guess, they kind of depicted the Appalachian people to be, so, which was totally wrong. They kind of made them look kind of dumb.
Sort of depends on the show. I think there's some truth in some of what you see there. You know, they talk about poverty, or sometimes that there's not as many educational chances. And then some of that can be true to an extent, but I think some of the stereotypes come from exaggerating those characteristics, taking them to extremes, which can sometimes leave an idea in culture that maybe they're not very smart or cultured. But I think there's also some good things that come from it, like close-knit families and helping each other out. I think those things are true too.
They're very loyal people. They're very loyal to their family roots and heritage. They're proud people. There's a lot of poverty in Appalachia, but they're close-knit. They don't like outsiders. It takes a long time to break through those circles, especially, for example, in West Virginia, eastern Kentucky, where typically it's coal mining towns. People live in a lot of poverty, so they don't have the world experiences or national experiences like other people have. They may never have looked at a computer or anything modern, what we call modern communication methods, so everything's face-to-face. Their music is different. It comes from European heritage. Take bluegrass. I mean, that's the primary music of Appalachia. But one the things I've always enjoyed about mountain people is that they're hardworking and their loyalty. I mean, if you break into their circles and they get to know you and you're a genuine person, they'll welcome you and be a part of that culture. So, you know, hillbilly is to me a term that's an ignorance term, and it's assigned to a lot of people that come out of mountain regions, but their characters, many of them are deeply religious. They carry that. One of the reasons many of them came here was not only to have a chance to work, but also to practice religious freedom. That, you know, so they're solid in a lot of things that we miss in modern society. Is it stereotypical? Yes.
I think one leans more toward the stereotype that's a little more negative, where Appalachian tries to embrace a whole culture that has a lot more to it than what you just see in the media.
Those from Louisiana sometimes on television, and those people are just as much hillbilly as mountain people. I think hillbilly to me is a person that is a stereotypical term of somebody that can't learn, hasn't learned, won't learn, is ignorant, never went to school, wears overalls, teeth knocked out, that kind of stereotype, where Appalachian is actually they're the oldest mountains in the world. The Appalachian Mountains geologically are the oldest in the world. They're beautiful. People that live there live off the land. Probably one day when things get bad, they're going to be living the way that they're going to survive, and everybody else is going to go away. So I use it with honor because I love the mountains.
Although at the end of the 20th century, images and films slowly faded in light of criticism from a newly politicized group of activists in the southern mountains and Midwestern cities, the impact of these images and films lived on, ready to be called upon nearly effortlessly by filmmakers, stand-up comedians, and advertisers.